سلام، نامم سبا هستم و خوش آمدم. سلام، نامم سبا هستم و خوش آمدین Living Listed کجا گب میزنم درباره چیز on my bucket list and hopefully inspire you to accomplish things on yours as well. امروز میخوایم گب میزنم as much داری as I can به خاطر که این ویدیو را میخوایم درباره را 45 on my bucket list, which is being able to have a conversation with my grandmother. خو داری اول زبانش هسته و زبان اول of مادرم و میخوایم میگه میبخشن اگر گب میزنم ای لفظ را خراب اما میخوایم try my best. Dari is a dialect of Farsi that's spoken in Afghanistan. And before making this video, I, for my entire life, have been only able to say 2 sentences to my grandmother. And we have not been able to have a conversation beyond that. And those 2 sentences that I was able to say to her prior to making this video were Assalamu alaikum, which is a greeting. It means peace be upon you. And it's actually Arabic, but it's very commonly used in Afghanistan. And the second phrase that I was able to say to her was Halishu Chitoris, which directly translates to how is your health? And it's basically a way to ask how someone is doing. So needless to say, I've never been able to have a conversation with my grandmother. The video ra, I wanted to change that. I spent the last 6 months trying Dari yad giraftam. I couldn't find a lot of sources online in order to learn Dari, unfortunately. بخاطر که فکر میکنم که it's not as sought after as a language to learn compared to other languages such as Italian, French, or Spanish. I was able to find a source that I've used several times before called Pimsleur. It offers a series of lessons to help people learn a variety of different languages, and luckily for me it had Dota lectures in Dari, which I listened to Dota Diga. And no, this video is not sponsored. I totally wish it was because I would love to get paid for citing something that I actually use. But anyway, each lesson is about 30 minutes long and it goes over basic conversation, focusing on the conversation that's going to be used for people who are traveling to a particular location in which a language is spoken. I practiced Dari using those courses while doing housework.
After that, I ate dinner.
بعد از اون نانشو خوردم. While driving.
But sometimes it rains.
اما بعضی وقتها باران میباره.
اما بعضی وقتها باران میبارد.
And anytime I could. فامیل شما جان نفر هستن. So in addition to using the Pimsleur CDs, I also took a look at some videos that were available on YouTube, which were unfortunately not as helpful. And then finally, one of the most helpful sources that I had to Dari yad giraftam madaram bud. بخاطر که او را گب میزنه Dari fluently. هر روز همراه او را گب زدم. سلام مادر.
و علیکم السلام.
چطور هستن؟
شکر الحمدلله خوب هستم.
خوشو خوب بود شما؟
خوب شد ماشاءالله. دل بر خوشحال کردی. باغ شد و باغ می باغ و بهار like a spring, like after long winter and springtime, people are so happy with the flowers and all those things.
و شما بسیار مقبول است.
تشکر.
خواهش میکنم. چی کردن امروز؟ امصبح شما بیرون رفتن؟
نه، بیرون رفت و گلهای خود دید و باغ خود دید و گلها مرا تازه میکنه. باغبانی را آو داد و آو. flowers happy میشه وقتی که آو میخوره.
دکان قهوه میرم.
برو بخیر، باز بیا بخیر، کتاب بخوان. خوب کتاب، خوب دوست است.
بعد از جاشت بخیر.
بعد از چشت.
Albore yag conversation hamroy my grandmother. Over this waqt, I had several conversations with my grandmother. The first one was interesting because she did not know who she was talking to. She didn't know it was me because I've never spoken beyond hi, how are you to her. And then over a waqt, as I grew more and more comfortable with the zaban, I realized just how much she used it to make fun of me. Hello, Bibi.
Hello.
Saba hastam. هر چیز خوب. و شما
شکر.
چی کردن امروز؟ رو زمینشون همراه مادرم. کجا خانم است؟ کمی فارسی. داری. یاد گرفتم. In addition to learning the language, I wanted to further immerse myself in the culture, so I cooked my first Afghani dish, which was Kabuli pulao. It is a dish that's comprised of rice, gosht, we used lamb, and carrots and nuts, and it was pretty good. I shared it with my mother. Unfortunately, it was not as good as her cooking, but I was pretty proud of myself because I don't normally cook, and it turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. In the end, I do have to say that Dari yad geraftam bisyar mushkil bud. Ama hale, I'm now able to have conversations in Dari hamroy my grandmother wa madaram, and that is priceless. I'm still trying to learn diga wa diga haros. And like the task I focused on in the last video, this task is a work in progress, and I hope that provides some reassurance to people who are currently working towards a goal or acquiring a skill, in that there might not be an end point, at least not at this point, but to not be discouraged and try and look back at where you first started and just be conscious of the fact that you did make some progress, no matter how minute. And if you feel like you didn't make any progress, I hope that videora serves as some sort of motivation and it gives you some understanding that sometimes these things aren't going to be perfect, and that's okay. In addition, for every culture that I try and immerse myself in, or people that I try to get to know more of, I intend to shed light on a cause or a plight of that particular people via a charity or an organization. So that being said, I wanted to bring attention to the recent plight of the Afghani people. In the month of August, there were several flash floods which affected the Parwan province, which is just north of Kabul. During that flood, over 100 people died and hundreds of homes were destroyed or damaged. Now, I'm not very well versed in researching charities. However, I do have several charities below that are helping with that current situation that they're in. And along with the list of charities, I will list its Charity Watch score and its Charity Navigator score. And those are scores that reveal the accountability and transparency of a charity and how efficient it's going to be using your money towards what they say that they're going to use it towards. And furthermore, the Charity Watch score also kind of exposes any abuses that a nonprofit organization may be performing. So hopefully that's helpful in helping you decide which charity to choose if you choose to contribute to this cause, which I hope you do. So finally, I want to take this time to thank you so much for watching. Agar you liked Kedidam, lotfan subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. Wa agar mekhwayan accomplish your own goals, I've created an ultimate guide to creating and conquering your living list and getting your life in order. You can get that guide free, sent straight to your inbox if you head over to my website and sign up for the mailing list. In addition to that, I created a course called Goal Oriented if you want to get into goal setting and accomplishing in a more in-depth way. And with that course comes unlimited email support from myself. I will link information for both the course and the guide down below in the description box, so please check it out. Finally, all my socials will be listed down below. یک باری دیگر بسیار زیاد تشکر برای این ویدیو را ببینن و میخوایم شما ببینم یک باری دیگر زود. خدا حافظ.